Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's your brother Gawad Romani. For my tazkiyah, we're taking again your questions. Today's questions are very interesting, as always. We always get interesting because it is a very interesting topic that we deal with. Question says, how can you explain porn addiction and how is it different from other addictions, such as alcohol, gambling, doping, or cocaine, coke addiction, other addictions that we see in the world? The difference, fundamental difference with porn addiction is that pornography is linked to an innate need. So to an extent, you're addicted to something that you actually need. For example, when it comes to other addictions, you don't need alcohol in your life. You need to drink liquids, but it can be water, it can be juice, it can be anything else. But you need to drink water. You need to drink the fluids. Coke, you don't have to sniff or to inject yourself with anything. You don't actually need those things. And many other addictions, gambling, you don't actually have to gamble. It's not part of your survival or the ability for you to survive that you have to go and gamble, play cards or the slots. You understand? But when it comes to intimacy, it is part and parcel of a person's fitrah. They need to be intimate. It's how Allah created us. And because pornography is a fake pseudo experience with intimacy, therefore, when it becomes an addiction, it's linked to that deep need to be intimate, to have that intimacy, to have that connection to someone. Yet, of course, you don't have it naturally. So it is so much harder to fix and to shake. Because imagine if you live your whole life without intimacy, without that feeling of release, of not just release, but connection, of experiencing intimacy. Orgasm, for example, it's a huge thing in a person's life. People think, no, shahawat, this and that. Okay, but this is something that Allah has created in you. And Allah has allowed you to express it in a certain way, which is in marriage, in halal. So it's not so easy to shake off. It's not the same way when you're dealing with alcohol addiction or cocaine addiction or any other addiction. You're basically almost having to deal with your fitrah, with fixing them. So actually, the long-term solution is marriage. The long-term solution is to do it, to experience that, however, in the allowed way. It's not to stop it, but to change it. You'll never be able to stop yourself from needing to be intimate. Look at the way the brain reacts. If a person is able to abstain for a long time, the body compensates, and the brain compensates, and you get what's called the wet dream, which is halal. So, however, if you abstain, it's not going to happen that you're never going to have a wet dream, because it's just part of you to release. So whether you're going to just abstain and be the best at abstaining, no fapping, whatever happens, in the end, somehow you release. In halal, haram, you're going to have to release. And that is why it's very, very different than any of the other addictions, so much harder to deal with, so much harder to shake off and to fix. Long-term solution, I do believe that even though these programs are very effective and we need it, in the end, these are only temporary solutions, and the real solution will be marriage.